Hello everybody, it's Odin TTV here with a guide for Alpha Protocol. We just got done playing this game recently and I found a really cool build. I like to call the John Wick build. I went through the game absolutely just forgetting about stealth and just going through each level as action-packed, as much of a tank and damage dealer all combined into one. It's totally possible with this build. I really encourage running this build if you're that kind of player or if you're tired of stealth runs in this game. This is a really good alternative, the John Wick build. So when you start the game out, you're going to want to put a lot of your skills into pistol mastery, into toughness, and into martial arts. So right away, I basically took those three things into consideration when leveling up. I dumped all the skills I could into either of those three. By the end of the game, it doesn't matter which you started putting points into first, you should be able to master pretty much close to master all three. I think I did get to mastering all three, if I remember correctly. So there is no shortage of points in that regard, especially since you're taking out so many enemies and completing the missions. So I do recommend this build if you're the action-oriented type. So with pistols, chain shot is huge in this game. It helps you actually defeat bosses in one hit. It's almost too overpowered, but we use it for this build because we want to be that way. So in this case, you should have no problems taking out bosses. Chain shot is the anti-boss tool to use. For toughness, that is for you to be able to run around and martial arts everyone as you see in the video now in my playthrough on Twitch, and it's also posted on YouTube. You can see this play style that this build caters to. So the body armor, the toughness, allows you to just absolutely tank everything and run up to people and use the martial arts you've just mastered without much consequence. Mastering or leveling up martial arts does help you finish off opponents very quickly when you run out of ammo. It's also good because a lot of bosses do tend to use martial arts against you. So it is a good way to kind of negate or try to hold off bosses that rush you. A lot of bosses will come up and try to engage in that manner, and this will help hold them off and actually do damage, and then chain shot. So chain shot for bosses, martial arts for all the low level enemies on the level, and toughness to just survive. I had no problem defeating the whole game with this build. I don't think I really even died on the playthrough. Really, in the last level of the game, gives a lot of people a hard time. It gave me a hard time with a more stealthy build because you can't be stealthy in some areas. It just forces you to play a certain way when it becomes more of a corridor game. So this build itself allows you to breeze through the game, see all of what the game has to offer without much of a headache in terms of completing things. So I do recommend this John Wick build. It's a lot of fun. A lot of characters will acknowledge how you've played so aggressively in the game. And I really recommend it to any new players who want to go through the game first to see what it has to offer before they decide to play the stealth approach. I find the stealth approach in this game to be way more of a burden than it should be. I feel like the game itself really wanted people to play in a more loud manner, even though they give you the option for either or, and they say that that's the freedom available to players. But loud and proud is the way to go in this game, and this build here is exactly how you do it. So if there's any questions, please feel free to comment. Please do subscribe to the YouTube channel if you like this video, and also follow me on Twitch. We will be streaming games daily, so please do share the love if you like the content. Thanks, guys.